Aloha and welcome to the KupunaWiki radio show. This month we are talking about finance, and in studio we have Christine Go, insurance specialist with Insurance Options Hawaii. KupunaWiki is Hawaii's senior resource. We talk to the best local professionals in the state regarding topics such as real estate, senior housing, estate planning, finance, and health, so that our Kupunan families can find the best resources in the midst of a life transition. We strive to make sure our seniors are informed and supported every step of the way. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Brandon Lau.
And I'm Andrew Leon,
your host for the KupunaWiki radio show.
Our title sponsor for today is Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors, providing you with the best real estate information so you can make the most informed decisions. As they like to say, real estate is about choice. To contact them, call 753-9033.
And now we have a real estate tip of the week brought to you by Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors.
With the median price point for single-family homes at almost $800,000 and the median price point for condos just over $400,000, deciding whether to rent or buy can be a difficult decision. Of course, in most cases, the benefits of owning far outweigh the benefits of renting. The most obvious example of this is that buying gives you equity, whereas paying rent does not. If you want a broad idea of what your monthly mortgage rate would be, If you want a broad idea of what your monthly mortgage rate would be, the easiest way is to use a reputable mortgage calculator on your smartphone or internet. However, the most accurate way to determine if you can comfortably afford to purchase a home is by meeting with your local lender. If you don't have a local lender, contact your Cheney Brooks Choice Advisor today for more information.
To see how you can qualify for a home purchase, call Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors at 753-9033. Well, again, we have in the studio Christine Go, insurance specialist with Insurance Options Hawaii. Welcome back, Christine. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much.
Literally welcome back, because
Yes.
I hear you went on a little road trip.
I did. It was quite a venture.
Was it? Well, welcome back to Hawaii.
Thank you.
Now, I know that we're going to be entering a busy season for you, and it's a good thing you took your trip because we're going to have open season for Medicare. And your company, Insurance Options Hawaii, specializes in Medicare. Tell us a little bit about what you do and how your company helps Kupuna.
Okay. A little bit about Insurance Options Hawaii. I formed the agency over 10 years ago. And it began on the premise that every client is offered the options that fits their individual needs. Health insurance is one of the most important things for each of us. And to help folks understand what to expect when they're turning 65 is very important. I hear terms like it's a Medicare maze and all the complications and frustrations with understanding that process. So what we do is try to take all of that confusion out for the seniors and give them the information they need and to prepare.
Do a lot of people like just go on the internet and Google Medicare?
They do.
And what do they usually come up with? I'm just curious.
There's a lot of things that you can see online and also on the television commercials. But what we try to help the clients here is work with somebody local. Insurance Options Hawaii is an affiliate of Plan Advisors Hawaii, which basically is a group of agents here, and we just want people to know that we're in your neighborhood.
Right.
And if you were to enroll online or with somebody on the phone, you no longer see that person after you enroll into the plan.
Essentially, you're getting a call, if it's a mainland company, from a sales rep,
Yes.
and they're going to sign you up, get you enrolled, and that's it.
That's right.
And then where do you go from there?
Right.
Right.
So with us, we're just an arm's length away. So you get to talk with us in person. We're here to service you. We're here to come by your home or speak with you whenever you have a question about a claim or any kind of issue with a benefit, anything like that. We're here locally. So the message that we have with Plan Advisors Hawaii is that we're here in your neighborhood.
Right.
Just speak with one of us here.
And if there's questions and ongoing service needs, you guys are there?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for those who may not be real familiar with Medicare, can you do a textbook definition for us?
Okay.
Then we'll get into the meat of the conversation.
Yeah. So Medicare is a health insurance benefit for people who are eligible once they turn 65,
Okay.
as long as they've worked 10 years or 40 quarters, then they've earned their Part A benefit.
Okay.
Part A is hospital benefits.
Mhm.
Part B is outpatient, doctor's visits, things like that.
Mhm.
And so what the Medicare original Medicare is Part A and Part B, but it doesn't have a drug plan connected with it.
Mhm.
So when somebody turns 65 and they're ready to enroll in their Medicare, there's a lot of options for them. So there's different plans like Medicare Supplement. There's
Mhm.
also another plan called Medicare Advantage through private insurance companies.
And so Medicare Supplement and Advantage is separate in addition to A and B.
Correct. It's working with private insurance companies for
Right.
those benefits. Yeah, you'll still have your Part A and Part B benefits, and then you would be adding in like a drug plan. Medicare Advantage becomes your Part A and Part B,
Mhm.
and then most plans do offer a drug plan in there, so you can get one whole package there.
Okay.
A Medicare Supplement plan supplements what original Medicare doesn't pay.
Hmm.
So original Medicare, the Part A and the Part B, the supplement could pay whatever the Medicare, original Medicare does not pay. And then
Okay.
you would pick up a drug plan, standalone drug plan.
So it seems that the standalone drug plan is part of, well, that's what people need to understand is an additional thing, right? And
Right.
I guess going through Insurance Options Hawaii, they can explain all of that.
Right, so
Right.
that's what we do. We let them know what their options are,
Right.
and then what fits their needs the best.
Mhm.
Everybody is different, so
Mhm.
every individual has different needs, and that's what we evaluate when we meet with them.
Okay. Well, I'm curious, how did you get into this insurance business? What motivates you to be in this industry?
Well, it's a lot. I mean, I've been doing health insurance for a long time,
Yeah.
and really what it is, it's an opportunity to help people.
Okay.
So basically, and I have satisfaction in working with the Kupunas,
Mhm.
and the gratitude I receive from them, from my clients. So it just makes me want to do more.
Right, right. It's very rewarding,
Yes, it is.
I would say.
Yes.
So do they end up calling you a lot?
Yes. And I enjoy speaking with them, actually.
You get to know them quite well.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
They become part of the family, so.
So, this whole big deal of open enrollment, I mean, you're probably getting a lot more calls than usual. This is your busy season,
It is.
right? And maybe share with us, what does it mean to somebody who wants to apply for Medicare?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for people who have earned it, and they're ready to enroll in Medicare, that is an open enrollment for them anytime during the year. Whenever they turn 65 or they're gonna retire and they're eligible now they need to get health insurance outside of their employer group. So that's one time. What we're gonna be facing with in the next week or so, is what we call annual enrollment period. And that is annual enrollment period for people who have Medicare. And if they want to evaluate what they have now, make changes, they can do that. There's an 8-week window. It starts October 15th through December 7th.
Mm.
So during this period, a Medicare beneficiary has a chance to revisit their existing benefits and also review if their plan made any changes for the next year. And this is a good time for them to also review their current health and prescription drug needs. So do they need more coverage, or are they happy with what they have, or what they're looking for in a plan? And this is the period that we do that.
So knowing that there's, Part A and Part B Medicare, how is it that there can be a modification or a customization of a plan based on a person's needs? Like what happens there?
So they speak with someone like myself.
Right.
Yeah, and then we do the evaluation with them one-on-one.
Okay.
So we look at, when we meet with them, there's a lot of questions. We ask them if they're gonna be retiring, if they're gonna have benefits from, like, say, our union benefits,
Mhm.
or state, city and county,
Mhm.
federal. And so those are all things that help us figure out, so what plans are they eligible for, or what's the best fit for them.
And is there a reason why people would switch from one plan to the next, or?
Their needs change.
Really?
Yeah, health needs change, their prescriptions change, the plan made some changes perhaps.
Mhm.
And so that's when they may want to change, or maybe a new plan came out that has a little bit more benefits in it.
And I'm just curious, in Hawaii, I mean, I would think that there's a certain pool of people who can provide these plans.
Mhm.
How many in Hawaii exist right now? Do you know?
Beneficiaries?
Yeah, or the type
for
of plans,
agents? Oh.
yeah, that
Well,
are
the-
available.
Well, the plans that are available are through companies like Kaiser, HMSA, Humana, United Healthcare, Ohana, Aloha
Mhm.
Care.
Mhm.
So each of those companies have a little different types of plans. The basic plans are PPO plans or HMO
Okay.
plans.
Right. And so based on, I guess somebody could evaluate those different
Yes.
types of providers
Mhm.
and see, hey, this one works better for me now because I have these certain needs,
Mhm.
right?
And husbands and wives may have different plans as well because their needs are different.
Oh, interesting,
Mhm.
interesting.
So it's all based on individual.
Right, right. Well, I want to talk a little bit more about that and how Medicare can be customized for the person who's receiving that care. So we'll talk more about that right after this commercial break.
So
Good job. So,
what's the question gonna be?
now I turn it over to this guy. So you can turn your neck now, this way. So, yeah, I think maybe if there's scenarios, like situations where you can draw from, you know, somebody needing to do this, so they went into this plan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically, there's not that many
Yeah.
varieties. So a big one would be someone with the state and city and county. They have EUTF and they're
Okay.
provided,
Okay.
well, not all the new people, but some of the old timers, they have that's their retirement medical benefits
Mhm.
is through EUTF, which provides them with insurance. So they don't need the extra part of the
Right.
Medicare.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is EUTF?
So the Employee Union Trust Fund or something like that?
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we were with Christine Go, insurance specialist with Insurance Options Hawaii. And in the first segment, just touched upon briefly about Medicaid Parts A and B and what the difference is for both. Or excuse me, Medicare Parts A and B. I know there's a difference between
Yes.
Medicare and Medicaid. So wanted to just kind of elaborate on those two types. With let's just say, if someone turns 65, you said they automatically can get it, right?
Mhm.
But what happens if they maybe say are not ready to retire, but wants to continue to work, may still have insurance from their
Mhm.
employer?
Mhm.
What happens? I mean, can they still get Medicare and
Right.
can have dual? Or-
Right, so you could do dual coverage.
Mhm.
But when you're eligible, at age 65, when you're eligible for the Part A and the Part B, and you want to continue working and get your employer coverage, you can delay your Part B benefits. That's the benefit that you actually have to pay for.
Hmm.
Your Part A, if you've met your requirements, your Part A is
Mhm.
free. Your Part B, you would pay. But if they're gonna be continuing to work, you can delay that, so you're not paying your Part B benefit, and you continue with your employer's health benefits that they offer to the employees. At the time they're ready to retire, so say they're 68 or 70,
Mhm.
and they're gonna retire, they can then go back to Social Security and apply for their Part B. And then at that time, they do have a window to be able to go into one of the other Medicare option plans.
Okay.
So yeah, they don't have to have that, but if they want to do both, get the Part A and Part B at the same time and have an employer coverage, then most times they can have dual coverage.
Okay. Okay. Can you provide an example, maybe like a client that you had that had a scenario like this where because you said that they don't start paying the Part B,
Right, until they elect it.
Until they
Correct.
elect it. Okay. And what would the cost be, or typical cost be for that Plan B?
And it depends on their taxable income.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a threshold So people under a certain amount on average, it's about 135.50. And if they go over that threshold as far as their income, then that Part B premium would rise as well. And then it can readjust once their income goes back down. And it'll adjust.
Okay.
So it's, on average though, it's about 135.50 for Part B.
So I guess when they're working, it would,
It would save that.
they would save,
Right.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So with Part B, that covers, you said it was your outpatient
Yeah.
coverage, right?
Anything outside of the hospital setting, it would be for like, office visits, lab, X-ray,
Okay, but
those types of services.
prescription is a different
Prescription
coverage.
is different. It's prescription drug plan would be the Part D as in
Part
dog.
D,
Mhm.
okay. And that is, that can be, I guess, received at any time, or?
So there's a period of time where everyone is eligible to pick up these plans. So that's where one of the times is open enrollment. That's coming up in October 15th. But then also when they just turn 65, they actually have a 7-month window to enroll. And then there's also other times when if they're going to retire, they also have that period of time right after they retire to pick up a plan. And it's really important, and that's what we educate our member or our clients on, is when to do this.
Mhm.
So like we'll go into employer groups and we'll talk to those employees that may be retiring soon. But we give them like a Medicare 101 session, and this is where we actually help them understand when and how and when to do it because of timing. It's important that they pick up like they apply for their Part B or their Part D when they are eligible for it, because if they don't and they pick it up at a later time, they may have some penalties, and that penalties stay with you. So that's the information we try to share with them, is to be aware of that so they can avoid those penalties.
I take it's because they want enrollment, right? So they're encouraging you,
Yeah.
incentivize you, get on board.
Yeah, they
Right.
they need you to, and you don't want to have lapsing coverage
Right.
and all of that.
So, if I was a person who's going to retire and I'm concerned about my healthcare provision,
Mhm.
I know what I'm getting with my employer, but I'm not sure what Medicare is going to provide.
Right.
How different is the coverage usually?
It's fairly different. I mean, there are mandates, right? We
Mhm.
still follow all these plans that these insurance companies provide through their, like a Medicare Advantage plan. They still are reviewed by Medicare, so they do have to have their standards of coverage.
Mhm.
And then you can add some extras in there, so which some of the carriers do. But yeah, that's why they come to someone like myself
Mhm.
to learn exactly what their options are.
Right.
And basically, we're just trying to make it easy for them.
Mhm. When we left off in the first segment, I had the question, well, what are some ways that we can customize a plan for a person's needs? I don't know if you have any situations where you've had to do that, but any thoughts?
It's basically when we're sitting across the kitchen table and all we're doing is we're doing a needs analysis.
Mhm. And, okay, so you're doing an analysis.
Right, and we're
you're-
just basically trying to find out what it is that they need.
Okay.
So what do they like in a plan? What are they looking forward in a
Mhm.
plan? What's important to them? Is
Right.
it their drug coverage? Things like that. So that's what we do. It's a needs analysis.
Okay.
Is there,
Yes.
do you have an example of that? Like how someone can, like, let's just say if they needed a certain, this but not this, do you have any examples that you can share?
Yeah, I mean, well, like, for example, when we meet with someone and I find out they're a state or city and county retiree,
Okay.
then,
Mhm.
they have very generous benefits
Mhm.
through their EUTF or their union.
Mhm.
And so we don't really they don't have to go through this conversation with us about what other options there are, because they're pretty much taken care of.
Mhm.
So some other unions may have their benefits too that they don't they don't need some of these types of plans. But there's also some of the ones that say they have union benefits, but when you dig a little bit more into the conversation and you find out, well, they do, it's offered to them as they retire, they have some medical benefits, but they pay for it.
Mm.
So if you find out how much they pay for it, then you go, okay, well, there's these types of plans that you can get, and the premium's a lot lower or zero premium.
Right.
So that is what we find out in our discovery.
I want to go back to you mentioned that delaying the plan Part B was a benefit that you know and to Medicare. What other benefits are provided with Medicare?
So just general or original Medicare is the Part A and the Part B,
Okay.
basically, right? And so if you want to get a drug plan, it's through a private insurance company as well. Just like your Medicare Advantage plans are through a private insurance company.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see, I can see how, confusing and cloudy this could get. So I'm, it's very important that someone sits with you to
Right.
you're able to kind of go through all of this and kind of, plan that path for them to take and then, tell them the pros and cons of each each package or each plan. Is there any? So you said the open enrollment starts in
October 15th
Okay,
through
October
December 7th.
Okay.
So it's pretty much about an 8-week window.
Mhm.
So a lot of the beneficiaries out there kind of are accustomed to what to expect that time of year because they're inundated with a lot of mail and there's
Yes.
a lot of commercials on TV.
Yes, it's funny. Yeah, you mentioned that. I have been noticing they're starting to show up on commercials. Yeah.
Right. So that's there, and they're trying to get people to know that this is that time of the year, and give us a call or go online and learn about this. And so again, our message is just try to reach out to someone locally. The benefits are a lot greater just being able to work with somebody locally.
Now, are the qualifications different for each state, or are they kind of just across the board?
Across the board, all states do follow the same regulations through Medicare, Centers for Medicare Medicaid Services. But each county may have different plans. So it's not just one plan that's in this state and all the other states.
Oh.
Every county may be different.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, for example, Honolulu could be different from Maui.
It could be,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay.
And it also could be, well, like our plans here, it could be different from someone in San Diego or someone in Washington. The plans could be different. Every county is a little bit different.
And how do they? I guess what I'm trying to say is decide how much funding goes, because it's a federally funded program.
Right.
And so I guess each state is trying to get enough funds, I guess, or more funds for this.
Yeah, so Medicare drives that.
Mhm.
I believe I don't get deep into that. All I know is that the health plans, these companies do have to go every year to Medicare, and they kind of present to them what they want their plans to look like, and so they have to go in for approval every year.
Okay.
So every year it's quite a bit of things that there's a lot of moving parts because the companies have to go to Medicare, get the plans approved. Even agents like myself, we get recertified every year. Even though we've been doing it for many years, every year we take a whole bunch of tests. And
What does that look like?
yeah,
Is it horrible?
okay. No, it's not. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, like CE, continuing education.
Yes, it is. It's a lot rules, requirements, because it's you've got to be very careful with what you do, what you say. So there's a lot of mandates.
What do you offer in this upcoming open enrollment? Any kind of classes or seminars that you want to let people know about?
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
do seminars at different locations around the island. So feel free to, you can give me a call and I can let you know what seminars we have coming up, and we usually do advertise it in the paper as well.
Okay.
But we try to get out into the community to all the different areas and do seminars for people to come. Mhm.
And I'm just curious, how many people actually enroll at this time in Hawaii? overall?
During open enrollment?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
quite a bit. I mean, there are quite a bit of people that do, change plans
Right.
as
right.
well, so.
Okay. Well, Christine, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you and your firm on Medicare, how can they do that?
They can call me at 808-386-3070,
Mhm.
or they can email me at ioh.cgo@gmail.com.
Well, thank you so much. Christine Go, insurance specialist with Insurance Options Hawaii. Thanks for being on our show.
Thank you so much.
Coming up next, we have our KupunaWiki Classic Trivia. And now we have our KupunaWiki Classic Trivia, brought to you by Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors.
Which beach in Waianae is known for surfing?
For a chance to win a Long's gift card, be the first person to call us with the correct answer at 808-792-5188. And remember, KupunaWiki is live, and we have our next in-person class on Saturday, October 19th, from 10 to 11 a.m. at the Plaza at Waikiki, and we'll be hearing from Kanani Makaimoku on trust planning. To register for this free class, please call us at 808-792-5188 or go to our website at KupunaWiki.com.
Again, we'd like to thank this segment's sponsor, Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors, providing you with the best real estate information so you can make the most informed decisions. As they like to say, real estate is about choice. To contact them, call 753-9033.
Well, thanks for joining us today on the KupunaWiki Radio Show, Hawaii's senior resource. We strive to make sure our seniors are informed and supported every step of the way. Again, I'm Brandon.
I'm Andrew.
I will see you back next time on the KupunaWiki Radio Show.